Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, 6th class. How are you all? I hope that you are all fine and doing great. 6th class, today we will do the reading and bookwork of Unit 2, Lesson 3, Sir Patrick Spence. So open your English progressive book at page number 44. So let's open it. So it's page number 44. Before starting the reading of the poem, firstly, we are going to read the introduction of this poem. By reading the introduction, we can get the idea of this poem. So let's read it. It's a traditional ballad in dialect. What is a dialect? Dialect is a variety of any language used in a particular area. Dialect, native language. Mukami zuban. Dialect is a variety of any language. It's a kind of any language. किसी भी जुबान की एक किस्म है यूज्ड इन अ पर्टिकुलर एरिया जो कि किसी महसूस इलाके में बोली जाती है एंड डिफरेंट इन ग्रामर वोकेबलरी एंड प्रोनाउंसिएशन और ग्रामर वोकेबलरी और प्रोनाउंसिएशन के लिहाज से वो मुख्तलिफ होती है किसी भी और एरिया की लैंग्वेज से दिस एग्जाम्पल ये मिसाल विच एग्जाम्पल दिस पोइम विच इज़ गिवन ऑन द पेज नंबर 45 दिस एग्जाम्पल बिलोंग्स टू स्कॉटलैंड एंड इज़ अ वैरायटी ऑफ इंग्लिश ये जो पोइम है ये जो एग्जाम्पल है इसका ताल्लुक है स्कॉटलैंड से और इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ इंग्लिश This poem is a part of an old Scottish ballad. This poem is a part of an old Scottish ballad geet, written by an unknown poet in the Scots dialect of the time. जो कि एक unknown poet ने लिखी है. Unknown, the poet is not known. A ballad, what is a ballad? A ballad is a poem or song which tells a story. A ballad is a poem, एक ऐसी नज़म और सॉन्ग या नगमा है which tells a story, जो कि एक कहानी बताता है. This one starts with the King of Scotland ordering Sir Patrick Spence, the best sailor that ever sailed the sea. This poem starts when the King of Scotland was ordering Sir Patrick Spence to sail in the sea and bring the daughter of King of Norway in Scotland because he wanted her to marry his son. Sir Patrick Spence knows that it is bad time of year for sailing but he must obey the king. सर पैट्रिक स्पेंस नोज यानी कि सर पैट्रिक स्पेंस जानते हैं दैट इट इज़ अ बैड टाइम कि ये बहुत बुरा वक्त है ऑफ ईयर साल का फॉर सेलिंग के लिए बट ही मस्ट ओबे द किंग बट ही ओबेड द ऑर्डर ऑफ हिज किंग. This part of the ballad tells what happened when the ship sails home to Scotland from Norway. This part of the poem, it's basically the part of the ballad, it's not the full ballad. So in this part the poet tells us that when they were sailing what happened to them. On board are the Norwegian princess and the rolls of beautiful fabric woven जो कि बुने गए थे for her wedding garments उसकी शादी के कपड़ों के लिए. So on the ship there was Norwegian princess and the rolls of beautiful fabric woven for her wedding garments and the courtiers और दरबारी and the Scottish lords और स्कॉट के lords हाकिम in their best clothes अपने बेहतरीन कपड़ों में before they set sail इससे पहले कि वो सेलिंग के लिए रवाना होते. वन ऑफ द क्रू में से एक अमले में जो एक आदमी था उसने कहा इज़ फ्राइटन वो बहुत ज़्यादा खौफज़दा था बिकॉज ही फियर्स क्योंकि उसे डर था अ स्टॉर्म इज़ कमिंग के एक तूफ़ान जो है वो आ रहा है एंड ही वांट्स सर पैट्रिक स्पेंस ऑफ इट एंड ही वांट्स सर पैट्रिक स्पेंस अबाउट इट. उसने इसके बारे में सर पैट्रिक स्पेंस को आगाह किया. It's page number 45, Poetry, Sir Patrick Spence. Before starting the reading, 6th class, let me remind you again that this poem is written in Scottish dialect. So many words in this poem are very much unfamiliar for you But once you get the idea of how to translate this word into modern English, then you can do the reading by your own and you can understand the poem. Now let's start the reading. Verse 1. Mac ready. Mac, it's a Scottish dialect. Write it as make, M-A-K-E, make. Make ready, my merry men are. All. Mac, make, or all. Make ready, my merry men all. Here in this line, Sir Patrick Spence is ordering his men to get ready. Or good, G-U-D-E, good. It's Scottish dialect, and in modern English we write good as G-O-O-D, good. Or good ship sails the morning, subah. Or good ship sails in the morning. So get ready for that. Now ever alack, an expression of dismay, mayusi, an expression of dismay. My master dear, my dear master, I fear a deadly storm. I fear, मुझे खौफ है, a deadly storm, एक जानलेवा तूफान का, deadly जानलेवा, dangerous. Make ready, my merry men all. Our good ship sails the morning. No ever alack, my master dear, I fear a deadly storm. So in this verse, Sir Patrick Spence is ordering his men to drink, and tomorrow morning they will leave. And one of the crew members showing his fear about the deadly storm. Verse 2, I saw the new moon yestern. It's also written in Scottish dialect. Right is as yesterday evening. Yesterday evening, last night. यानी कि कल रात. I saw, मैंने देखा, the new moon yesterday evening. With W-I with the old moon in her arm. In Scottish dialect, they used to write old as A-U-L-D, and in modern English, we write old as O-L-D, old. With साथ the old moon, पुराने चांद के, in her arm, उसके बाजुओं में. That the new moon was with the old moon in her arms, that the old moon was circling around the new moon. And if we gang, go. It's also Scottish dialect, and they used gang word for go. And if we go to sea, और अगर हम समुंदर में जाएंगे, master, I fear we will come to harm. तो master, मुझे खौफ है कि हमें नुकसान पहुंचेगा. I fear we will come to. The crew member saw the new moon in the arms of the old moon, and he considered it a bad omen, and he warns about it to his master. Verse number 3, they had not gone a league, an old measure of distance, about 3 miles, a league but barely 3. वो मुश्किल से अभी यानी कि हार्डली अभी 3 मील भी नहीं गए होंगे. When the sky grew dark, जब आसमान जो है वो स्याह हो गया, grew dark, and the wind grew loud, और हवा जो है वो तेज हो गई. And girly grew the sea, girly cruel, जालिम, grew the sea, और sea जो है वो. So in the third verse, after they set off for their journey, they hadn't even gone a league. They can observe the sky grew dark and the wind grew loud and even the sea grew cruel. Verse 4, the anchors break. Anchor device, usually of metal, attached to a ship by a cable or chain. Break, it's also written in Scottish dialect. And in English dialect we will write it as break, BREAK, break. The anchors break, anchors टूट गए. And the top mast और ऊपर का जो सतून है कश्ती का, the top mast of the ship snapped, वो तबाह हो गया. It was such a deadly storm, ये यकीनन जानलेवा तूफान था. And the waves और लहरें came over द ब्रोकन शिप, केम ओवर द ब्रोकन शिप यानी कि वो गालिब आ गई टूटी हुई कश्ती पर. टिल ऑल ऑल हर साइड्स वर टॉर्न, यहाँ तक कि कश्ती के तमाम इतराफ के टुकड़े टुकड़े हो गए. वर टॉर्न. द एंकर्स ब्रेक एंड द टॉप मास्ट स्नैप्ड. It was such a deadly storm, and the waves came over the broken ship till all her sides were torn. Next, verse number 5. Go fetch a length O with apostrophe of. So it's also written in Scottish dialect, right in modern English of. The silken cloth, cloth. Go जाओ, fetch लाओ, a length एक लंबाई of the silken cloth एक सिल्क के कपड़े की, another of the twine is also a fabric, it's linen fabric, और एक और linen. And wrap means throw, wrap them into the ship's side and let nay not. It's also Scottish dialect, write it as not in the modern English. The sea come in, and let not the sea come in. Bring a length of silken cloth and another of the twine means linen. And wrap means throw, यानी कि उसको throw कर दो या लपेट दो. them उन्हें into the ship's side, ship की तरफ, any of the sides of the ship. And let not और दो ना the sea समंदर को come in आने, और समंदर को ना आने दो. Verse number 6. They fetched वो लाए a length एक लंबाई of the silken cloth. They brought the length of the silken cloth, another of the twine और एक और of linen. And they wrapped और उन्होंने उसको थ्रो कर दिया into that good ship's side, ship की बेहतर साइड में. But still लेकिन अब भी the sea came in, समुंदर उनकी तरफ आया. In these two verses, verse number 5 and 6, the writer is telling us that Sir Patrick Spence ordered his men to bring the long strips of silken cloth and also another of the twine, and he asked them to wrap it around the ship to control the sea. They did that, but it didn't work. The water is still coming towards them. Verse number 7. O Loth were our good Scots lords. Gude, good Scots lords. Lords means hakim. और good Scots lords हमारे अच्छे Scots hakim जो हैं. Loth mean unwilling. They are unwilling to wet their cork-heeled shoon. Shoon means shoes. They are not willing to wet their high-heeled shoes. वो नहीं चाहते कि उनके जो हाई हील शूज़ हैं वो गीले हों. But lang is long. It's also Scottish dialect. Lang, write it as long. long, long. But long before, लेकिन इससे पहले के the play was played, खेल जो है वो खेला जाता. Which play? The play of the storm. The writer is naming it as play, all the process of this deadly storm. They wet their hats aboon. They wet, वो गीली कर चुके थे. Their hats, अपनी टोपियाँ. Aboon means above, जो कि ऊपर थी, on their heads. They were not even willing to wet their cork-heeled shoes, but they saw that before the play was played, their hats were wet. Now come to the verse number 8. And Moni, M-O-N-Y, Moni, it's also Scottish dialect, and we will write it as many, M-A-N-Y, many in modern English. And many was the feather bed, a bed that has a mattress stuffed with the feathers. So the bed of the ship is the bottom part of the ship, or the base part of the ship. That fluttered, and then D. It's also Scottish style of writing flutter. In modern English, we will write flutter as Fluttered. That fluttered, जो कि मंडला रहे थे on the foam, फोम फोम जाग, जो कि जो जाग है उसके ऊपर मंडला रहे थे. एंड मोनी वॉज, मोनी मैनी, एंड मोनी वॉज द गुड लॉर्ड्स सन, और बहुत से जो लॉर्ड्स हैं उनके बेटे थे, गुड अच्छे लॉर्ड्स के बेटे थे. दैट नेवर मेयर, M-A-I-R, मेयर, मे, M-A-Y, मे, यानी कि हो सकता है, मे हो सकता है. दैट नेवर मे केम होम, कैम, केम, C-A-M-E, केम, H-A-M-E, हेम, होम, H-O-M-E, होम, जो कि कभी भी वापस नहीं आए. So this is your reading for today. Now open your book page number 46 and do the book work of this page. It's page number 46, writing task. You have to do this book work with the lead pencil. So the dialect words are written here. You will write them in the modern English words. I'll provide you the picture of this page, and also do the book work of page number 17, and you have to learn it as well. Allah Hafiz, 6 class. Stay blessed and stay happy.